Friends, I got to be very careful like I'm talking to someone on the phone, okay? Because I have got to show you something. This is after the 4th of July. I guess it's about here in San Diego. And my goodness, I mean, I didn't know where to start these stories. Anyway, so I'm going to keep recording here and walk and be cool. So I'm going to act like I'm talking on the phone because these people in this world today, they don't want to be filmed. And I can get that. You know, so they get really upset quickly, right? So first thing off the bat, I was down here, just down the road here, and there was these, they look like military, wearing full green beret stuff, you know, green, and totally like camouflage, right? And they were carrying machine guns. I'm not kidding, folks. Here, machine guns on there, and they were fully geared with all this other technology on them, and like they're going into battle, like a war zone, right? And I'm telling you, so that's what the rules can. I mean, I've never seen that. I've never seen it. And I know it's the 4th of July, but police are coming down the dang streets with, I wish I had this recorded, but man, they come. So there's two of these guys just out of nowhere. I guess I go to them and said, so which branch of the military are you with? And they said, we're not. We're police. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, guys. I said, they're going into war these days. Anyway, so they kind of smiled, half smirked at me, and I said, well, anyway, I said, be safe and on their way, right? So anyway, so then, I mean, are you kidding me? They've already tonight down by the pier here. It's where it's kind of ways down for Coronado Island. I don't know the exact location. I forgot because I walked here 30 minutes. If you can't even park, it's 30 minutes away. It's brutal. But anyway, so I was down up here, and they already had a guy who jumped over a fence to get towards these yachts. Now, I didn't get a video of these yachts, but they're $100 million. Whew, right? I mean, boy, okay, $100 million yachts, custom made. Well, anyway, so here's our nightmare. It was actually worse a couple minutes ago because the fireworks. This is already this is like 2 hours past the fireworks now. But anyway, I mean, geez, my gosh, I mean, it's just sad when you outside perspective. The drinking. Oh, one guy called me a faggot, and 2 security guards are faggots. Just try to entice us. Out of nowhere, so I'm coughing. But see, look at this. I mean, yeah, I know people are trying to have fun, of course, but this is filthy, folks, my friends. I mean, talk about being a harlot of our country. I mean, geez, I'm not even God, no, I'm judging this. It stinks. And I'm watching my back constantly because, I mean, this place, I saw, anyway, I saw so much perversion and, ladies not wearing bras and just half naked and the talking, the drugs. It is, I mean, you got paramedics even here on the sides. Thank you for your service. Appreciate that. Happy 4th. Take care. Thank you. You bet. Thank you. So anyway, so you gotta realize these medics are part of that team. Even all of them. So we got to make sure we encourage, firefighters, because they, all these medics. Because I mean, I couldn't do their job. I mean, even me standing here, I'm uptight, because I told you we're in this world but not of this world, and I'm just so uptight. And I've walked big cities before, but I mean, I don't know what the words I'm trying to say. I'm disappointed in us that we seem like we can't have a good time unless we're out walking the streets like a bunch of animals. And you got a guy laying on the street, he's probably gonna get his legs run over. I mean, wow. And I'm gonna walk across the street real fast. Hopefully I'm gonna get right over. Yeah. So, like I said, you got to be on guard constantly. You don't want to get run over in a fight or look at someone the wrong way, or, I mean, it's like one of the guys said, the guy that called us names in security guards. He said, well, he's drunk. Okay, that's no excuse. You don't go up and start, insulting people just because you're drunk. First of all, you shouldn't have drank that much. Should have been more moderation in check. Number 2, that's just your true heart coming out. Because, I mean, yes, I've been drunk before. I'll admit that, and it was a sin. But I never attacked anybody. And so I think, it's too hard. And some people have made those mistakes and they change. They said, I used to have anger management issues, but I no longer have that once I found God. So, so those things happen, right? But I'm telling you, we always have excuses for somebody's behavior. The politicians use excuses for each other's behavior. Well, and I'm tired of excuses. Think before you do. Do before you think. And it's hard because we're constantly being pressured, tested, and pushed in society. And I've made mistakes. I feel that people when I shouldn't have, and insulted them, but never to these extremes. And also, that I learned from those mistakes. So I don't do those as much anymore, right? And so anyway, that is the truth. And it's a learning process. And some of these people will, they just never learn, right? And I don't know. In this world, not of this world. Got a poor guy here, homeless. Yeah, and a homeless person approached me, and he was, he said, marijuana was a gateway drug for him. And it is, folks. Marijuana can be a gateway drug for certain people. He said it's what got him into heavier drugs, and he was all the way up to meth and other things. And first he asked for $40, said I don't got it. That's the typical game. And then he drops the price down to $5, and he said, he doesn't. First of all, they'll never tell you what they're going to use it for. And I knew what he was going to do. He's going to go around the corner, try to get drugs. Now, I've gotten good discernment at because sometimes there's homeless to help, but this situation I'm giving to God because you don't want to be an enabler, right? But you want to help people. So I gave him said God loves you. Gave him the true things that money ain't gonna buy. And so I said, I love you, brother. Gave him a hug. Said, hang in there. You got to seek help yourself. And you can tell he's starting to want to change. So he's one of those that we have hope for. Okay. So I'm gonna pray for him and hope that his situation changes, because that's the best I can do. I will not be an enabler by giving him more money, especially when it's not about you being tight, right? It's about that enabling his behavior. The more you give him, the more it's worse, because then you need true help, all right? All right. I don't think there's much more to say. Just, I met another Christian guy down here by timing coincidence by our God. And I got to tell you more about that when I get a chance. This guy can control local weather. And I'm going to upload his videos, okay? And he was a great gentleman. I was so appreciative to meet him. He knows what I know, which he's the first one I ever knew. That there are weather patterns. There's angels and other spiritual beings that are in the clouds in large formation that you can see from satellite photos through the weather systems, okay? He studied it. He's, I can't remember the term that you use for beyond, the full weather science stuff. I apologize, I'm tired. But he was the first one I met that he actually seen what I've seen in hurricanes and things like this. You can see this spiritual formations occurring into those hurricanes. It's amazing. So hopefully I can do a video on that so you can see these things. And I'm going to try to when I get the software application installed here so I can show you this. But he's aware of it, but he can actually control weather look like. So I'll upload those, and he has seen what I've seen. I also showed him the angel in the Magellanic Galaxy, that she's holding a baby. And I don't know if you saw that video, my previous video, but that is real too, right? So this, I said, like, when you look around here, we're seeing everything but flesh. These people walking around, cars, everything. But you got to remember what I keep telling you. 90% of this world is a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual experience, it's spiritual teaching, spiritual all this. That's when you're completely awake. It blows your mind that everything is a lot of the spiritual world. Even the names of these streets, everything. It's a matrix of spirituality. And so that, I hate to keep harping on this, but my goodness, once you see this, it is real. That's why I keep repeating. The Lord says, in a roundabout way, in a summary, be in this world, but not of this world. Okay? And that's why we're here. You know what I mean? We got to be in this world, but not of this world. All right? And that's the experience. And we've actually seen other ones even hint at this, not in the religious aspect, like Plato, the shadows on the wall. Okay? There's many things that describe this. Okay. So anyway, I hope you had a happy 4th of July. And yes, remember that spiritual world is real. God will help us, and sometimes painful. And today was a very hard day for me because my dad was born on the 4th of July. And I miss my dad so much. Okay. And my dad was one of those great influences in my life. So, Dad, I love you, and happy 4th of July as well. He used to make a joke. He used to say, when I was growing up, he'd say, and he'd make a joke. He'd say, I'm glad the world to celebrate, not the world, he goes, I'm glad the nation celebrate my birthday. Well, Dad, I love you, and happy birthday, and someday we'll laugh and talk about this. And anyway, so happy 4th of July, and remember that the foundation, even though this country's changed, those rights and principles were supposed to be held true. We've lost those, the constitutional rights, freedom of speech, freedom of symbol. Lots of churches are in their spirituality, and all those constitutional rights are being violated, right? And we know this. Everybody sees it. Had great conversations about people at Balboa Park today, even about that. That people understand that we are losing all our rights, right? It's part of the beast system control. They take them away slowly, and we lose them. So let's hold not only our constitutional rights, our human rights, and our God-given rights, okay? All right, love you all.